And welcome to the Spiritual Insight Show. I'm Reverend Tiffany White Sage Woman, and I'm so very happy and pleased to be with each and every one of you in the sacred circle again this evening. And so just, wow. I know I say it a lot, but isn't it just mind-blowing how fast this concept of time, or just how time is going lately? It's just, wow, where even your mornings could feel like a different day now. And it's okay, that's fine. Just keep going, keep moving. Yeah. And it's just been one of those weeks, really. So let me give everyone a chance to come into the sacred circle. So, welcome everyone. And hello, Anthony and Graphia. And of course, Sarah and Austin. Hello, Chris. Good evening. Yes, Maureen. So we are streaming live on the Goldylocks Productions Facebook page and on the Goldylocks Productions YouTube channel, as well as Goldylocks Productions Periscope channel. So welcome everyone. And if you comment, you can ask your questions or you can make comments. It's very interactive. The show is. I totally recommend that you comment, and even with others as well. That's in the chat. So our most active chat currently is on the Goldylocks Productions Facebook page. But that's okay. I still see comments coming in from Get Vocal and YouTube and Periscope as well. So welcome everyone. Hello, Teresa. Hello, Robin. Welcome everyone. Wendy, yes, to our sacred circle. Oh, so beautiful. All right. Let everyone continue to come into the sacred circle. This is a safe and protected space for each and every one of you. We give and receive beautiful healing energies, and it's whether you realize it or not, it is. So even if you're watching this show for the first time, whether it's live or in the archives, thank you so much for participating. And don't feel like this, do I stay? Do I watch? Do I participate? I don't consider myself a healer. You know what? If you're a living, breathing human being and you are guided to watch this show, and participate and sit in sacred circle with us, then absolutely stay. Don't do that. All right. Don't question things like that. All right. So welcome everyone. All right. Oh, my cuckoo clock's a little slow. So what a busy and strange, not really strange, but we kind of feel like themes for the day or for the week or for the month. Sometimes people are like for years, but things are just picking up and moving so quickly with this ascension process. And everyone, again, we all know that we are detoxing. We're getting rid of energies that aren't for our highest and greatest. And we're also having these beautiful, beautiful experiences all around us if we allow it. This is where I'm in southeastern Connecticut, so fall is a beautiful time, I think, anywhere where you are, especially here, and so it's just a great time. Although I feel any time it is a great time to really get out and embrace nature, elementals, and all living beings. All right. And more and more this week, I've been doing that, spending more time. You think that you're already like, okay, sure, I'm a nature girl. I go out there and I don't even have to go out there too, though. You can stay connected inside your home. You stay connected through the soles of our feet. And the energy just doesn't know boundaries like that. The energy doesn't stop where there's a floor, where there's a structure, where there's property lines, that's not how that works. and so we stay connected. All right. I mean, just Monday we had to have a plumber or like a roto-rooter come in, and I'm glad my husband was very, very aware and on this. He noticed that the house, the piping system, whatever, just didn't drain correctly, or he wasn't used to the sounds that you hear in the pipes. And so, we had to call a plumber or a roto-rooter person, and we were very, very grateful, because it could have been a really bad, let me say more, it's not so much cost extensive. This is when you have to, and this is in our basement. So if you have to break into a foundation, and we have stone foundation. So, my husband's worried about the cost. Of course, that is the big cost thing. But I'm thinking of, oh my gosh, the structure, and then it's structure like that, and the earth and everything else around it, and it's automatically, we should be interwoven. Our homes should be so friendly towards nature, and we should have such a great connection. Interwoven. That's what I was kind of concerned with. Freaked upset. The element of, okay, let me speak to the water, check in. Now, before that, you can actually work with them if you need something moved, like where the water drains. And so I've done that. When we first moved in, we had a flooded basement, and I asked to you sit and connect with nature, and asked to show where the natural flow of the water is for this property. And I was shown the water was running off this property from the back to the front, and it was right in the area underneath, and in the foundation area where we had the issue. And it was like, oh, okay. So I had heard, someone had told me, you're a shaman, you can do this. And I'm like, what? A shaman? What the heck is a, shaman is a really fancy word, I do believe, or just a word for someone who's connected with nature. Well, I think we all, then have this ability, have this connection. And so it's all right, let me try it. And it really worked. And it was, hey, do you mind? Can you just push more to the east, just 2 feet, to clear the house, please? And what do I need to do is just to hold this energy, send love, gratitude, and thank you. And, there'll be an energy exchange, of course. Always go out and bless the land. Every morning, there's this blessing ceremony that I do, and just in gratitude. So, again, hello, water elements, water elementals, and earth. What's going on around these pipes? I don't want the pipes to be contaminating, leaking the earth. I wouldn't like, for that to be happening. I was like, can you check in and let me know what's going on with the pipes? And so they're like, yeah, sure. Okay, it's not anything earth-wise. Nothing's being seeped or leaked. There's nothing that needs major work. It's just the pipes itself. Just have, them cleaned, the insides, everything should be fine. Inside and flushed, whatever. And so I was like, oh, all right. What was interesting is then they're telling me, they're like, that's what we see from this side. And your house dwarf in the basement, lives in the basement. He says this and adds some more stuff. And I was like, I knew it. I know that a lot of people do have, and it sounds like so Harry Potter, right? Oh, I have a house elf, or I have a house dwarf, or I have, now he's not a troll at all. He's not that, and don't confuse him with that. He would get very, they're warming up to humans again. If you love your sacred space of your home, and take care of not just the home, but the land around it. And where you have energetically interwoven the two into one, they know that, they see that, they feel that, then they'll warm up to you and talk to you. But normally, it's very masculine energy. They're guardians, is what they are. The guardians of the land, of this area, of your home, anything that's foundation-wise under the ground. And so I knew he was there, and they were like, oh, great. They're like, you can talk to him. I was like, every time I've seen him, the corner of my eyes, where he's in the, in the basement, and most people will be like, oh my gosh, that would scare me to go down in the basement, and you see this little movement, you're like, ah! Every horror movie comes through your mind, or you're thinking of any kind of animal that's gotten in or something, and it's just like, no, take a deep breath, and they're not very big either. I mean, so it's like, oh, all right. So next time I went down in the basement, I saw him, I was like, hey, thanks so much, for that information. And it was the day after, so Monday was, the guy came in and he did, and it was just a big cleanup job. My husband was still cleaning it up for the next day, but just smell wise. So, but I was like, hey, thanks a lot, so much, thank you. And I'm not into names, I'm more into the energy, and I recognize his energy. And he was like, well, you can call me Lan if you want to. And I was like, Lan? He's like, Lan. And I was like, oh, short for land. And they have this one has no sense of humor. He was just like, you can't pronounce my real name. And I was like, it's probably just a sound and a vibration anyway. I was like, I got it. Thank you so much. And I was just grateful for having a conversation that we did. I wasn't going to push it. So I was like, okay, yeah, thank you. So that was so interesting. And I was like, oh, thank you. I'm so grateful for that, because that could have turned out, really, like I said, it could always be worse, right? And so, knock on wood, I was just very grateful for that. So it's just like every day is just having these beautiful experiences with nature and noticing more and more nature responding back to you. Love, excuse me. Whoops. Love responding to love. Nature will respond back to you if you are responding in a very loving way. That's why I find those that think that fairies are very mean. Were you mean to them? Are you mean to the area? Maybe the area around them. So just those kind of things, right? So let's see. Okay, I'm going to go back to the comments here. Take a break for a moment. Hello, Tammy. It has been a long time. Blessings to you, dear. Angel, keeper of the apartments. Yeah, absolutely. Now, in apartments like that, they can be in closets, and they're a little smaller. Almost, yeah, they're little people. I call them little people. All right. So you can find them. And they're also, I'm also hearing too, not in cabinets or closets, or they like kitchen cabinets or cabinets or something that they can get into, that kind of thing. So yes, Angel, and guardians, absolutely. Yeah, they are. We have so many guardians. It's just really, really beautiful. And working together when you realize how many guardians we have. Anyway, and so it's just been a beautiful experience. We have this, I posted pictures on my Facebook profile of this huge tree, a yew, Y-E-W, the Latin name is Taxus. Now, we were having a hard time trying to figure out what this tree was. We had a tree service come on Tuesday. Now, it's not just any tree service. You do want, I was very careful. You do want to have an arborist come out, someone who knows what they're doing and what they're talking about. And so I did, found grateful how that connection, how it's connected to him and his company. And it was, he has the same, just that loving, and that just, I felt the energy exchange between him and the tree. Now, this is interesting, is that it's a yew bush. Mostly it starts off, I guess anything can start off as a bush and you let it go, it grows into a tree. It has the potential to. Yew is very popular, popularly used as hedges, as landscaping bushes, and because they trim very nicely. They usually are disease and pest resistant. And so it's funny because he's pointing out, he's your neighbor a couple houses down. You see her bushes under. I was like, yeah, she always keeps them manicured. He goes, yeah, those are you. I'm like, what? You wouldn't know that. And he was like, yeah, that's what they are. And he goes, but this one is like over 50 years old. It let go. The people, we've been here 14 years. It was already in tree form when we got here. And so when you let it go, they grow up. And he goes, in the UK, they can get very tall, very big, massive. There's 1,000-year-old like this. And I was like, oh my goodness. Wow. So, it just sounds like, oh, it's like we've always loved it. The birds love it, the squirrels. And so I was like, yeah, my husband and I both are very impressed with him. He got approvals from, all right, the tree, approval from the birds, from just nature. Yes. Okay. So, all right, that's great. Well, and then I let the tree know, hey, you're just going to get a haircut. You're going to feel so much better energetically. You'll be able to breathe a little bit better, because all living beings need good circulation and the sunlight and everything, right? So he calls this morning. He's like, hey, I have some time this afternoon, and we're going to come over. Oh, yeah, come do it today. That sounds great. And so he came and he brought his foreman with him, and you can see some of the pictures on my Facebook profile, and just the loving care, no power tools whatsoever. Everything was by hand, which he clipped each piece by hand. Even when he was like in the cherry, picker, the bucket truck, he would clip everything by hand clippers. And when he got down off the truck and to do the lower branches around, he then used other type of clippers, like the extended on the pole. But it was just very loving, and I like that. I was like, yes, because that's how I won't use power tools. It's overwhelming to me. You fire up, a trimmer or something like that, and it's like, so how is it going to feel for this poor bush, and especially if we're not telling the bush or the tree or whatever we're trimming what we're going to do ahead of time? How would you like if someone just started running a chainsaw near you? I'm sorry. That would get my heart going, ah! And it does. Chainsaws to this day overwhelm me, just for the fact that, did you have ceremony with this tree first? Or did you let this tree know what's happening? Is it getting a haircut? Is it getting trimmed? What's going on here? And especially trees, which are wise earth ancestors. And these wise earth beings. And so I was telling the tree, okay, you're just going to get a haircut. And I was out there the whole time with them. My husband was at hockey. He didn't know, oh, okay. So he came home from hockey. I was texting him, hey, the guy's here. They're here. He comes home. But I was sat out there, and I just sit there and watch everything that the men did. But I sat there to hold the energy, to hold that sacred space, and to keep telling that tree, you're looking great. You look magnificent. Look at that. You like how we support when you have someone go to, to get your hair done, and they're just a beauty parlor. They're, oh, girlfriend, you look great. It looks good. You're doing a good job. You're going to love it. All that kind of thing. Nature needs us support too. And all living beings like that. Right? I like that support team and that support system. So that's what I was telling the tree was like, yeah, you're looking good. And holding that space. Interestingly, you would think that, and I purposely didn't fill the bird feeders when I found out I was going to do that. Well, before I got the call or the message that he was going to come over this afternoon. So I didn't fill the bird feeders so that they wouldn't, I didn't want to startle them. It didn't matter. They were checking him out too. Like, what do you do? And he'd be working on one side of the tree, and they're like still coming in out of this tree. And And to me, that's just, you hear how, dogs, how pets and kids can sense a good person, a bad person by their energy. All living beings do. And so the birds absolutely loved him, wasn't even fazed by him. And so he was like, well, this is great, and he noticed that. And I was like, okay. I was like, well, yeah, I guess the kicker would be if the squirrels come around too, because the squirrels come around. So it's but it was such a beautiful experience, and it was just like, oh, so nice, right? So yeah. All right, let me read some more. Take a break here for read some more comments here. Angel, I stepped on an anthill or two close to their home by a tree, and I got my right foot ate up. Oh yeah, ouch. That hurts. When we lived in the South, those fire ants. Oh my goodness, if they're fire ants, and you had to be very, very careful. So it's kind of like when you're used to running barefooted out with grass, and then you move to a place that maybe has a little bit more sand, and like in the South, less grass or sandy grass and fire ants everywhere. You really can't do the barefoot thing too much, or you're going to get ate up, and that's ouch. That's no fun. So hi, Amy. How are you? Welcome to our sacred circle. And so, yay. All right. So let's see here. Let me comment from, okay. All right. Oh, yes, Malele, watching from YouTube. I will contact you. All right. Absolutely. Yeah, I will contact you. All right. So take deep breaths, girl. And just, I know when we go through things, we feel like we're losing our mind. And when we can't see the path ahead of us, it seems very frustrating. And we're experiencing this every day. This is something that is going on every day. Because we are constantly evolving, constantly ascending, constantly changing, because energy is constantly moving. It's not stale and stagnant. And so it's sometimes it feels like life is going on with or without us. It's like, what's going on? We all feel like that, Malele. Just please hang in there, girl. I will be in touch with you, okay? So thank you so much. And again, you can get in contact with me through my website. I do have that listed. My website is whitesagewoman.com. And I think I will, just excuse me here for a moment, put that in on YouTube here, even though I know it's listed elsewhere. Let me just, if we have got some viewers here, let me just go ahead and put that link up there for everyone watching, whitesagewoman.com. You can check that. You can message me through there as well, okay? And I still have your number, Malele. I will text you after the show, all right? And so everyone else watching as well, that's whitesagewoman.com. That's where you can contact me. Okay. So it's just beautiful, beautiful connecting with nature. And interesting, this is for everyone. I pulled a card for us all. So Malele, I want you to know that this is for you as well. It's for everyone watching, listening, however you're viewing the show. The card is integrity. It's got this beautiful dragon with the flower of life. See that orb? Drop the things that offend your soul. Embrace your truth. It's your life. Let no one live it for you. Absolutely. It's a beautiful card. Let me see if I can get it. Integrity. Integrity. It's a beautiful, beautiful card. It's a great message for us all, right? When we need these reminders, absolutely, we do. So, yes, we're ascending, we're detoxing, we're getting rid of everything, but we're also getting rid of these labels that were placed on us by others, labels that we give ourselves, whether it's wife, mom, whatever your profession title is, whatever this, that, and that. We have all these titles. It's almost like a layer on an onion. Peel them off, and we're still discovering, who am I on the inside, though? Who am I really? All right. And, we're all having self-discovery every day, aren't we? I mean, it doesn't matter how old you are. Every day, we are learning something new about ourselves. And that's wonderful. That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. We didn't come here with full memory and all the details. We were born here with amnesia and had to learn all over again. But we did have the intuition to guide us. We have that wisdom that's deep within us to guide us. And we still have that. It's still with us. All right? So know that. What deck did you pull from? Oh, I'm sorry, Teresa. Yes. Teresa, it's Magical Times. This is one of my favorite go-to decks by Jody Bergsma, Bergsma. It's the empowerment cards. Magical Times. I'll hold it up here. Magical Times. And so it's absolutely beautiful, beautiful deck. All right. No, Wendy, I just answered that. Yeah, no, they have Magical Times. It's all like Earth. To me, it's like fairies. It's got dragons. It's got all the elementals. It's got, so beautiful, right? So beautiful. Hi, Carol Ann. How are you, dear? Oh, I will pull a card for you in a few. Yes, I will. I'll pull cards, Carol Ann. Angel, my life has consisted of so many naps. Oops. Hold on. I realize that my body is alternating a cleanse on each side of my body each week. And it's amazing my body's cleansing. I need small breaks. Absolutely, yes. Angel, I was feeling that too. Is that it was really grateful this ascension is happening in segments. We can't handle it all. And what does ascension mean? It means that our DNA is restructuring. Our DNA is activating. And so we're having experiences that hasn't been documented by another human 3D being. Right? This is uncharted territory. Now, we do have all this guidance, of course, as to okay, and we will remember because our soul remembers. Our souls didn't come in as 3D. So our soul remembers our original divine blueprint, so to speak, and goes back to that. We just have to keep up. Our mind just has to be so used to being the driver and in control, right? Grumpy old driver in the car. No, I know what's right. It's like, shh, get in the back seat now, or take the passenger, do something, but be quiet now. And we're gonna let intuition, we're gonna let that wisdom within us know they're gonna take the driver, and there you go. All right. And so it's it's scary. It's scary as anything, but it's gonna be okay. So what I want you to do, I'm going to start pulling cards for everyone. But what I want you to do is I want you to have a meditation. This is your homework. I'm going to give you a moment to grab a pad of paper. All right. And something to write with. So you can either take a screenshot of your card or jot things down. But I want you to jot this down, what I would like for you to do I was going to do like a guided meditation, but I want to pull cards as well for everyone. And maybe I can do both. What am I hearing? What do they want me to do? We're going to do both. And so I'll start pulling cards, and then we will take a break, maybe end the show with the meditation. But I want you to be prepared, because I want you to jot some things down as to what you're experiencing and what you're seeing, feeling, smelling, sensing. All right? Okay. So, Angel, yes, I'm so grateful for living in Florida during this transition because the weather is healing for me. Personally, hearing rain or feeling the sun, that's nice. Normally, these be signs of depression, but I'm so happy. That's great, Angel. Absolutely. And really, what I think depression is all these terms we have for being off balance. We are off balance. We are not in alignment. We are not happy when we're not in alignment, because our soul, our body knows when we're off and tries to get that message to the mind all the time, right? So, okay. Yeah. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll start pulling some cards first. We'll take a break and probably do that. So, all right. So let me go in the order. I'm going to do Carol Ann first. Carol Ann was the first one. Carol Ann, any messages for Carol Ann? And so, I think there's an event that's coming up. All I just see is, you putting on a really nice dress. It looks silky, just really soft. You putting on dress and some little pumps, not really big heels. You're not into the heels. And something's coming up where you're going to go and you're going to have fun and do a little dancing, whether you believe it or not. But you have something coming up for you really, really soon. Yeah. Okay. So, Carol Ann, manifestation. It has a unicorn and a dragon. Your dreams have untold energy. Open the door and let them live. Desire and belief are your power. Absolutely, they are. Manifestation. You're more powerful of a manifester than you realize. And it's not egotistical to say, yes, I know this. It's you are just accepting the wisdom in this message. All right? So manifestation. Woo! Pay attention to your dreams. Most definitely, I feel like you have really vivid dreams. There's a lot of energy moving through me. I'm starting to burp again. Woo! Sorry. Yes. I know it can feel like manifest. The whole thing is always know. Energy is always moving, always going. Things are manifesting where we can't see them. Things go behind the scenes. If you want to look at your life on a stage, we have people on stage in the front, but the whole production company, right? There's stuff going on in the back to make sure that everything is running smoothly. Our life is always running like that constantly. There's things we see, where we can see with our physical eyes that we know. And then there's things that we don't see, but we know. Aha, that's the intuition. That's the wisdom. And we have to trust that. All right. So you have a lot of powerful things coming up for you. And that's exciting, Carol Ann. Yeah, it is. Woohoo. And I know I'm set in my ways. I'm comfortable. I'm this, I'm that. Yeah. Let that little girl out, Carol Ann, to play. All right. So that's what I see. Yay. All right. Okay. I can remember everyone here. All right. So then the next one we're going to pull is Anthony and Graphia. Pull this card for you. Let me check over here on. Okay. All right. Just checking the other places as well, too. Anthony and Graphia. Anthony. Mercy is your card, Anthony. Let compassion fill your world. Offer kindness to all living things, and what you give, you also receive. Sometimes when you're around working, especially a bunch of men together, it's very, very, very masculine energies, right? And so it's let compassion come in and know that that is not all that there is. Don't let any of that bother you. Um, and sometimes if you take something home, literally just leave it at the door. And if you think about something too long, it gets worse. It gets blown out of proportion. Whereas if you just set it aside, and you'll get that, oh, wait a minute, you know what? I get it now, and it isn't as big as I'm making it, and it's okay. Have mercy and compassion. Take time to have fun. Get out in nature, have fun, and enjoy life. We are so much more than our job, our expectations of what we want in life. And I know that you and your wife and my godson Austin get outside and have fun, do these fall fairs, do things like that. You have a beautiful garden. You go outside and continue to do that. All right. I feel like you really just need to connect more. When you get outside, sometimes your mind is still going super, super fast, and you need to slow that down. One of the best things for men that I find, or anyone whose mind's going really strong, here, let me show you your card, Mercy, which is that feminine side. Listen to that feminine voice within you, that feminine aspect of yourself. But Anthony, what you could do is you go on walks. It's like, take a walk. All right. And this is fun to practice together with a family too. You can teach Austin. But count slowly your footsteps. Like 1, 2, 3. The thing is that when you go slow, you're training your brain, you're training your mind to slow down. We can't stop our minds. We're not going to do that. But how about slow it down? Slow that recording. That's, slow it down. Slow down the chatter. And then you'll find that as you slow that chatter down, you can sort. You can do things a lot better and more efficiently for you when that slows down. Okay, so I hope that resonates with you, and I leave that with you. All right, so now for Sarah. Sarah. Okay, a card for Sarah. Confidence. Ooh, it's eagle. Eagle. Confidence. Be bold. Rise and stand tall. Feel the fire in your soul. Woo! I love that. Confidence. Feel the fire in your soul. That healing violet flame. That the violet which has ascended to the lilac flame. Step into that healing which you have been attuned to, and have that confidence to move forward and have your I know it's always exciting when you have your first several healing clients come in, but let that fire, that healing come out. All right. So yeah. Yay. All right. Confidence. And then you can apply that with anything in your life too. It's not just, all right, got this healing business I'm going to set up. I'm going to do this. We heal everything. And you do it when you go outside with the birds, and the pictures that you take are just phenomenal. You do it every day anyway. All right. So have this confidence, even if it's I'm already doing it. I'm just going to apply it this way now. All right. So know that. Know that. All right. Let me take another sip. Wendy, Chris, I think Teresa. Hold on. Teresa, did you ask for a card? Yeah. All right. Try to remember the order because it scrolls so fast. All right. So Teresa, here's a card for Teresa. I think was next. Teresa. Elegance. Ooh, swans. It is found in the beauty of nature, the lotus waiting to bloom, Be the swan on the water and glide. Glide. Go with the flow. Continue to go with elegance, with grace. Swans. Sit with the swan. That type of energy. Pictures of swans. Maybe watch some videos of swans and just resonate, Teresa, with the swan and the messages the swan has for you. Woo! Beautiful. Absolutely. The lotus. You are blooming, though. It's not waiting to bloom. Teresa, you are. Each and every one of us are blooming. Beautiful. All right. So, you're welcome, Sarah. Oh, Teresa. Okay, so Wendy. Wendy. All right. Wendy. Here we go. Wendy. Ooh, action. It's a horse. It's a Pegasus, or it's a unicorn without the horn. So action. Stop hesitating. Movement creates the magic. Nothing can hold you back. There is something that you're hesitating on. And it's good to be in the pause, but don't let it stop you, okay? And so I know that you're very good with this. Experience has taught you. You know what to do. But there's something that you're taking a little bit, dragging the feet on situation. Don't hesitate. You know how to make that magic. Just put one foot in front of the other and let's go. Right? And yeah. Okay. Who was that for? That was for Wendy, right? Woo! Oh, it feels good. Yay! Okay. Who was next? Chris Herman, right? Okay, so Chris, you're next. See, all our energies together, it just feels so good. Makes you feel goofy. I feel goofy, but it's a good goofy. All right, Chris. Beautiful card for Chris. Faith, Chris. Faith. Believe you are not alone. And I know you know this because you communicate with the angelic realm. Spirit is right beside you. Ask for guidance and it will come. You just must need this little reminder of faith. All right? And we all need that. We all need these reminders, these gentle reminders that, we got you. It's normal for people to feel alone or to feel like, I'm the only one going through all this. No, you're not. Have faith, and you are definitely protected and surrounded by your angelic team. So continue to communicate with them. All right. Don't forget about Amy. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for putting that. Okay, so Maureen, Tammy, and Robin. All right, Amy. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. Okay, so I love that. See, everyone, we all look out for each other. I love it. Okay, so Amy, dear Amy, hope you're still watching. And this card is for you, my dear. Ooh. Amy is sacred space. Oh, that's interesting because I was pulling the card, Amy. It was like you need time for you by yourself. Take time for the dreamer in you. Find the power in stillness. In your sacred space is the peace you seek. Sacred space, it's a dragonfly. I love this card. Woo! Sacred space. Maybe, Amy, do you know? Maybe, and this isn't, we all sometimes have a hard time. This is the knowing ourselves. Who are we? Where is our sacred space? In that sacred space, everything is answered. All our questions are already answered. The answers are already there within the sacred space. We just have to take that time. when we go so fast in life, and I know with young kids, woo, it's all about taking care of kids, your family. But this is what I'm talking about, that whole with the labels and everything else is you need the sacred space to have harmonious alignment, to realign. All right. So find your power in the peace that you seek. So I hope that resonates with you. So let's see. I think Chris, we have the same. We have, all right. So our angelic committees, we have a lot of the same. Of course, the angelic realm. All of us we share that. We have a lot of shared guides and angels and, even ascended masters who come to anyone who asks them, and these light beings. We absolutely all share them, especially we're sitting in the sacred circle. They're all, it's beautiful. We are sharing our love and light, and as they are too. It's just layers upon layers of love. Divine love. You're welcome, Amy. Okay, so, that's great. Okay, so now we get Maureen. Maureen, here's a message for you. Maureen. Maureen, you see things starting to shake. Earthquake. Visualizing, I see this earthquake, which means that all the lies that this lies of a foundation that lies built are all crumbling down. Corruption, lies, everything is getting shaken up, and it has been, but you're starting to see that physical and internal deception starting to crumble and witness it. And there's more of that to come. So this is a great time, Marty. Just keep going. Sanctuary. Embrace the need for solitude. Your inner sanctuary calls for you. Renew yourself and thrive. Isn't that beautiful? Sanctuary. Renew yourself and thrive. And here I saw you in a car. Get in a car and drive. Drive somewhere away from when you're not working, away from work. Even, you need to take a trip. You need to go do something fun, even if it's just for a weekend. All right? Weekend sanctuary time, Maureen. You need this. Absolutely. Your soul needs it. That little girl inside you. All right? Amy, my son started calling me right as you pulled your card. Yeah, isn't that the case? But it's a good thing is that this is recorded. So you can go back and listen to it if you've missed any part of it. Okay, whoa, what card is jumping out here for Robin? Robin, you're next. The power card, Robin. Call upon the elements. Focus your intentions. The greatest dragon is within you, Robin. Woo! And you see how it's equal. It's all equal. It's in harmonious alignment. I love that. You're another shaman. You're another one that talks to the elements. Elementals, talks to everyone. All living beings. We all can. And Robin's played with it ever since she was little and remembers that. I'm not saying the rest of us, no. I'm just thinking, okay. So there's just some of us that continuously remember, and let's do it. All right. Maureen. Oh, you're welcome, my dear. You're so welcome. I know that if a lot of us had lived closer to each other, we would all support each other. We would all be having these fantastic times out. The town wouldn't be safe. No, I'm teasing. All right. So if I forgot anybody, please put in the comments. All right. Pull a card. If I did not, I was hoping I remembered everybody in that order. So Tammy, thank you. I knew there was, I feel like I'm just forgetting someone. Thank you, Teresa. Okay. Tammy, beautiful Tammy. Ooh, you have been through a lot, girl. I mean, haven't we all? Yes, I know. But it's been a while since we've touched in, and your energy, of course, has shifted and changed as well. Some good, some bad. It's just part of living. But you are a survivor. Energy, beautiful dragon. Life force is flowing. Open yourself to receive the power from within. Life force is flowing. I feel like something new has started for you, that there is a new path ahead of you, and it is kind of scary, but exciting at the same time. So let this energy, this life force flow. And open up to receive the power. Don't let it scare you, all right? And you know that it's for your highest and greatest. Receive it. Be open to receive it. Okay? So, yeah. There you go. Okay, Tammy, thank you. And love to you and the whole family. I miss seeing you and getting those hugs in person. I know, yep. Chris, I wish we all did live closer. What an angel party we would have. Ooh, you know it. That would be awesome. Yes. Okay, so it's interesting. So talking about this whole elements are just connecting with the nature. And so it's you saw the movie previews for the Maleficent 2. It's the second one. And I was like, what is this? How did I miss this movie? The first one was in 2015. It's with Angelina Jolie. So I was like, okay, tell my husband, we got to get this movie. I want to watch it before it just pulls me in. And I love that movie if you haven't seen it. Maleficent. I have a hard time pronouncing Maleficent. You would say magnificent, but it's not a G, it's an L, Maleficent. And she's a fairy and someone who was wronged by a human. And you see how when man's greed, when we fell, we took nature with us. They fell to our level. But not anymore. We're sending. But I thought it was a beautiful story. I love that. It's a very old European version of Sleeping Beauty. So I didn't never have, even as a child, I saw flaws in the Disney and all the happy, life's not like the happy, and it's not all the time, and that there is no happily ever after that's external, it's internal. And I knew this as a child. And so I was not really I didn't now granted, I know he built this empire, Disney, I'm not talking about the person. I'm just talking about some of the things, humanizing animals. Yeah, it shows that we can communicate, but do we have to humanize everything to understand it? To get along with other living beings, we need to take the human equation out of it. And that's not hard. Listen, we can all listen, and we need to connect heart to heart, soul to soul to the other living being, and not what would I do as a human, but just be quiet. That's what I'm talking about, the humanizing. All right. When we treat, now, and we're all guilty here, who's dressed a pet, we have. Isn't that humanizing them too? They will get us back for that anyway. But anyway, let's see. Great movies, Teresa. Yeah, I love that movie. I can't wait to see the second. I know, right, Sarah? So I can't wait to see the second one either. Robin, we should have a retreat where we can meet each other. I love that. I would love to do that. Yes. Wendy, my favorite was Coco. Oh yeah, I know, right? Oh, and it's but anyway, I always liked the Grimm fairy tales because it was like you can't have so much fluff, so much light. And then there's the darkness. They present, oh, this is the truth behind the fairy tale, And so now you have these movies where they're showing what I love so much about that movie, Melissa Finn, is you're seeing where the innocence, the pure, the connectionness, the connectedness, the whole, ooh, we are one. And then all it takes is just a rude human coming in, being greedy, and harmful to plop right on down and then want to seek revenge. But she comes full circle. And don't we all, though? Can we all relate to that? Absolutely we can. And so it's so beautiful. So yeah. Woo. Anyway, check that out. Oh, okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you an outline. We're not going to go into a meditation because I feel like this meditation would be long. And this isn't something that they want you to do right now. I'm going to give you an outline. So this is why I have paper and pen ready. I'm going to give you an outline, and I want you to let it form as you do this. You know what I'm talking about. It's like tweak it. Let it just manifest and form and let it show itself the way that it will. All right. It's not anything that I want, not a cookie cutter. I'm just going to give some high points, and what happens in between, that's your experience. All right. That is your experience. And this is what I want you to do. Okay. Oh, Robin, it's a great movie. My granddaughter makes us watch it a lot. I love that. Hey! I know, right? Right? Oh, and so then I think I talked about this before too. Like, I have taken pictures on my Facebook. This was a couple of weeks ago, maybe, of the spider that we have on the front arborvitaes. And so while I was outside, but the tree was being trimmed, getting a haircut. While the tree was being trimmed, I noticed that the spider had moved its web in between two arborvitaes to the end of an arborvitae and a potted arborvitae. And the angle was different, and the spider was in the web. And I asked, may I take your picture? And the spider was like, no. Okay. All right. And so I was like, very interesting. I love your web. And this must be a great location because you could see all the insects. You could see everything that she was capturing in her web, right? And so then I was like, that's so beautiful. I love the detailing of it. And just that you moved the web, you moved over. And I was like, so this, and the spiders, yes. The wind shifted. So we are all connected. Know which way the wind's going to go. Best engineers ever. And knows how to accommodate for that wind shift and change the angle of the webbing, which will benefit her. Oh, her and her babies. But I was like, wow, absolutely. That's so beautiful. But I find that insects, spiders, there's some creatures just, you should ask permission before you take their picture. Birds absolutely love it. They're like, oh, they're fine. Some show off. Squirrels, oh my gosh. They probably pose. And so that they're okay. But with her, it was her energy, the spider's energy, that was like, you know what? I didn't want to get too close. I'm sorry. I don't want to bother you. Because she's busy working. I didn't want to interrupt you. So I was surprised that she told me as much as she did, or shared as much as she did, which she was just like, no. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll leave you alone now. I won't bother you. Thank you so much. Very beautiful. I just wanted to let you know that, and moved on. So pretty great, huh? All right. Anyway, so here's here's some guidelines that I want you to do for this meditation. And I want you to let me know, contact me, let me know how it went for you. So to connect with nature, this is something that we can do really great. All right. So you visualize, you can do this indoors or outdoors, doesn't matter. All right. You're outside and your bare feet is on the ground, whether it is in dirt, sand, grass. So you're grounded. Always start off with the grounding. Right. And deep breaths. And after you've done with that, there's a winged creature that has arrived. Is it a dragon? A unicorn? I've called Pegasus to me is a winged unicorn. Is it an angel? Is it a griffin? Is it any winged? Is it a huge raven? A winged creature has shown up for you. What winged being, I should say, really not creature, but what winged being has shown up to take you on a journey? Then you're going to get on this winged being and going to be transported by this winged being. But you're flying. Feel yourself, feel the wind. How does that feel? Do you actually feel it? Do you feel it? How does the wind feel in your skin, in your hair? Is there any smells? Giving you time to write this down. Highlights. Okay. Now you notice that you're flying to this huge hill, this huge, almost like mountaintop that you couldn't get to unless you were flying up to it. So you arrive, and there is this huge, massive tree, like the tree of life. It's okay if you want to visualize the tree from Avatar, the mother tree. So you get off of your winged being. Your winged being is still there, but steps aside. You go up to this huge, magnificent tree being. And you sit down facing the tree. And you have conversation. Just let it flow. Doesn't matter what the conversation is, what you say, how you start, even with the hello, hi. Start dialogue, start a conversation, and listen. Listen. Even if it's, what message do you have for me? And get that answer. You're going to have other creatures of nature, other nature beings show up. Sure, we're creatures to other beings. Okay. Is it a bird, a squirrel, a raccoon, a chipmunk? Is it a snake? And it could be one or more animal kingdom living beings that show up. And they have messages for you as well. Don't force it. Let it happen. And then when you're done having this beautiful retreat together, this beautiful time together in that sacred circle, it will be time to get back onto your winged being And we mean transports you right back to where you started from. Make sure, of course, you're always fully in your body. Wiggle your fingers and your toes when you're done. Take some deep breaths. And what I love about these types of visualizations, astral travels, is that you can go back to it at any time. And I find that you get information at any point. You can get your first information at the end. Do it again, and you get more. There is not an order. Understand that. There is not, you're supposed to get these answers 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it can happen in any way, and it's okay. And it can happen 24 to 48 hours afterwards as well. I find that when we receive these messages, we get validation the next several days too. And so pay attention to that as well. The whole key is they want you to journal, to pay attention to whatever you need to do to, I would say, reconnect. All of us are connected with nature. We're connected with Mother Earth. But it's to be aware of and embrace this connection more and more. Okay? So, ooh. Oh, you're welcome, Chris. So I thank each and every one of you for sitting in Sacred Circle with me this evening. Now, there will not be a show, a Spiritual Insight show on the 27th next week. That is my husband's birthday. So, I'm going to celebrate his birthday. But know that I am always available for our Sacred Circles when you need me, whether in dream time and astral time. We all are here for each other, and it's very beautiful. So try this meditation. I hope that I like to call them visualizations. Try this visualization during the week when you have some time. Send me a message. Let me know how it was, or you can wait and share it. But, some time might have passed. So while it's still fresh, I would love to hear your experiences. Or I love the sharing and the energy exchange. So until November, I know, right? What? So yeah, it'd be November 3rd. Ooh, daylight savings time. Don't be late. November 3rd. All right. Yeah, November 3rd, 8 p.m. Eastern time is when we will physically, right here, be back in our Sacred Circle. But no, again, reminder, you can access the Sacred Circle at any moment that we need to. So many blessings to each and every one of you. I am grateful for each of you and love each of you sincerely and deeply. Many blessings, everyone. Good night.